Welcome to my No Man's Sky Permadeath series, and I thought I'd start by giving you guys a view around my base, which I built in the last part. You can see it's just a very simple wooden base. Eventually we will replace this. The other thing I noticed as soon as I came in is that my teleporter has immediately run out of power, so it looks like the consumption of power is going to be a bit of an issue going forward. Now to recharge this is going. What's the recharge? 111 carbon. I think that's probably about all the carbon I've got. I don't really want to put it in there just at the moment. Well, I think I'll be quite happy just to leave the base powered down, because what I want to do in this part is just carry on following the mission, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Now, before we go out and about and do a few things, I want to talk about a couple of things that you guys have put in the comment. The first one comes from 19DRC93. If any of you watched the previous video, I said that the terrain manipulator didn't change size, but what DRC said that you actually use the R and T keys now to adjust the size of the terrain manipulator. So yes, you can change the size. You just need to just use the R and T keys. If you're on the PS4, guys, apologies, I've got absolutely no idea how you would do that on the PS4. The other thing that 19DRC93 said is that the silicate is very useful for recharging the terrain manipulator. It actually says there, so I should have actually read it very carefully. There's a create a tunnel anywhere to begin extraction. But that's something else. I mean, I don't know whether I've got any multi-frame. Yep. I mean, it says 18. Yep. So that means that when you're using the terrain manipulator, there's a chance of getting some silicate, which will then act to recharge the terrain manipulator, which I think is quite useful. Now, the second one is a comment from Joshua, and he pointed out that the reason I was getting a bit of an odd reading with my launch thrusters was the fact he said that this launch system recharger was an S level. It says there, harvested light is used to fuse dihydrogen from the atmosphere, and over time will fuel the launch thrusters automatically. So that is a very good upgrade to get, and especially to have on a starter ship. So that explains what was going on in that point. I think that's about it, guys. Now, the long-term plan is I'm going to keep this base so that I can always get back to this starter system. But what I really want to do in this part, and this is what we're going to do here, is we're going to keep following the in-game tutorial mission. There's accessing log from previous user, additional archives recovered. Entry 4925F follows. Scanner detects unusual broadcasts repeating 16 from space station. Warning, end of archive. Records interrupted. The base computer archives have reached their end, and it seems there is nothing more I will learn from them. My predecessor appears to have left their base and headed for the space station. Now this could be interesting, because as far as I know, there is no space station in this system. Investigate the space station. Follow the steps of the previous owner. Well, okay, maybe the space station wasn't marked. Hello there. And so here we are. We're just going to jump in the ship, and I'm definitely think this ship is oversized. So we're back to 67%. Hopefully, space station is not going to be too far out in space. In fact, it looks. It's not giving me. Of course, we're gonna. Oh, this could be interesting. Very, very interesting. So we've got 52 seconds to the space station. We have to keep an eye on the circle on the, well, bottom left is probably the best way to describe it. If we get a hostile coming in, we could be in real trouble here. There's pulse engine active 83%. Is that reflected in the fuel? Yes, it is. Oh, that's great. I mean, that's really good, having an indicator of how much fuel you got on inside of inside the cockpit. That's very useful. Slide into the space station. That, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Carl Waxunde space station. Lifeform ask about the mysterious signal. So this is the space station. Lifeform. We might as well use the ramp. And we will have a little bit of a look round. Because of course one of the first things I want to do is we're just going to go and check over here. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that just in case it's part of the tutorial. I presume we've got to talk to someone. These are all the usual guys. Well, we're certainly going to take the encrypted navigation data. Because, wow, I bet you I couldn't afford this. Yeah, 829,000. Wow, that would be a really good start, even though it's only a C class. We've got that there, and they've actually closed off the room on the end there. Okay. Right, let's just concentrate a little bit on what we're meant to be doing up here. So we've got to find someone, so we're going to have to talk to everybody until we find the person that we actually want to do. Because I don't really have the... Oh, we might as well start on wherever you are. So you've stood up. I like your headphones. Friend something to... The alien squeals as I approach. They seem excited to see me, though I cannot understand their babbling tongue. Ask about 16. Look as surprise crosses the lifeform's face. They release a strange smelling gas. It appears to signify that our conversation is over. Well, this guy's actually not one of the race, so talk to the Vakeen. He might be, because he's not fitting with the, because this is a Gex system. So, yeah, well, we'll just... Hearing the code seems to cause the lifeform to shrink. I look at fear crosses his face. And then in an instant, the fear passes. And they look at me strangely, but say nothing more. Okay. Wow, we've got callbacks up here as well. So they've really mixed the races up. Oh, that's great, because I like the idea that you've got multiple races on the space station. So it's not just one race. I mean, that would push something, yeah. Well, we haven't got any words of these guys. So metallic being chatters away, repeat 16. We are watching you, traveller friend. Yes. Find what we have left you. Though the alien speaks, the words are not their own. The string of code is echoed back to me through the red glare logged directly to my exosuit. Crimson light fades away. I see the life form staring at me as though through their visor. It's happened they do not appear to have seen it. I should leave. Perhaps my base computer would be able to make something of this code. I'll come all the way up here. Visit the technology markets to upgrade your ship. Visit the cartographer for directions to outposts to take missions from. Okay. What's that over there? That new? See if we can learn any language here. Friends. Seal whatever. Request dialect help. Yes, work. Trade symbol. Teaches me a word of their language. We now got the Gek word for give. I wonder if this guy will teach me anything about Vakeen. Or whether he will just ignore me. Traces surprise beyond theirs. There's nothing more to say. Leave. Okay. Of course, what we're going to have to do is see if we can sell off some stuff. My instinct is to sell the impulse beans. Because at the moment we don't have a lot of space. Geodode. I'm going to sell the Strider sausages. I'd like to build up enough cash to get a multi-tool upgrade. I think the multi-tool upgrade is probably better. Sell for 15. That's not worth much, is it? Because we've got the wiring loom here. Sell for 53,000. I think we'll sell that as well. Keep the navigation data at the moment. And of course, we've got to check out the mission, man. Okay. Just as I apologize, the exact meaning is unclear, but apparently there's no work for me here. Okay, so we can't do missions until we've probably completed the in-game tutorial. That might mess up the tutorial. He doesn't like anything. And this is the cartographer. Will you do me anything? Sketches a bubble key to there. Friend maps. Trade. Let's purchase a map. Just out of curiosity. I mean, I've got a vague idea. We've got a planetary chart. What's this? This map to a nearby planet, an ancient artifact site has been seen and marked. I don't really want to do an ancient artifact just yet. I don't want to waste it. Of course, I'd be very surprised if the teleporter works. Wow, that will take me back to my base. Okay, that will be very useful. That will mean that I don't have to fly back. A lot of ships here, right? I should have checked out the... Not alone, you've met 10 aliens. Come. I just want to check this hauler. Yeah, 40. Yeah, 39 slot hauler. That's not going to. That's a 23 slot. Just checking. Could I get a cheeky upgrade here? I doubt it. Oh, this is what I'm more interested in. That's an 18 slot plus 5. No. That would actually be a step backwards. And that's a B class. Kind of. Oops, we're going to talk to the pilot. I'm just being curious here whether we can, if we get make an offer for local starship. Now this is technically a step back, but it is actually a B-class explorer, and we'd have to exchange, yeah, because that's worth more because it's a B-class. So we'd lose 3 slots if we had the money for it, but we'd actually. Well, we'd only get a 0.1 upgrade for the so I think we're stuck with the shuttle for the moment. What I do really want is that suit upgrade. And of course, oh yeah, we also got the appearance changer here. First things first. Can we... Oh. I'd really like that, actually. A little bit worried about it flashing. Okay, that didn't... Okay, looks like I've hit a bug. Oh, could I? Let me just... Let's just test this. If I pick up... No. Okay, game, you just diddled me out of 1,000 credits. Okay. Friend something, get trade. Installable execute upgrade. So can you buy the upgrades? So get a shield module, life support module. That's 162. I actually like the life support module. I have thermal protection. What's this does? A significant upgrade to life support. Increases life support power. Yeah, I actually like that. And used to install the technology. Okay, I did press it hard enough. And what that should do is give me a little bit of a boost. I know it's taken up a bit of space in my inventory. It's a little bit of a pain. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to get into here. Race. We're going to be a traveller. Okay. Like the fact it doesn't. What would I be as a traveller? No, you're a bit too pink. Don't like machine heads. I like that as a look. Maybe that is a little bit too much. Actually quite like that as well. I don't know, let's just go with that to start with. Ooh, a little bit. Almost like reptilian type eyes, isn't it? So. Armor. That's the first color, that's the primary. Okay, let's go back to also armor, gloves. Yeah, I think we'll go with the white gloves. Legs. I like the idea of the green. Boots. I'm quite happy with the boots the way they are. Backpack. It's quite interesting. I'm clicking on the yellow, but we're not getting. Actually, that's probably a bit better. You've got a banner. What on earth is a banner? Okay. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. I might telemorphose myself later on. Let's have a quick look at what we look like. I mean, I do want to stay relatively in theme and character. Yeah. Oops, bang my head on the space. Now, get back depleted. We have to walk up there. Sorry guys, I'm just going to have to get back to. That's what we got here. Change to secondary weapon. I presume if I had a secondary weapon, that would probably work. Right, let's use the teleporter to get back to base. A little bit annoyed about that suit upgrade, but it's not at the end of the day. It's not. You know, it says we can go back. Wow. So I don't have to jump to about umpteen systems before the teleporter will work. Well, one of it will only work with the to and from my base. It won't work to another space station. Okay, we're back. So if we wanted to go the other way, we'd have to power it up. That makes sense. And archives terminated. Select new task. Begin encryption. Decoding. 16. 16. Message follows. Traveller finds their wings, fly to us, and claim your place among the stars. Okay. Signal acquired life. Possible distress signal for 18. Okay. I'm a bit curious about this because I can't remember if I actually unlocked this. Oh no, we need plug in for that, don't we? So there's no point charging this up because it'll probably run out by the time I do anything. I just want to have a quick check to see how much this is recharged. So this is completely recharged whilst I've been away. I should have actually collected some tritium as well. So just leaving my ship on the ground with that upgrade has recharged the thrusters. Oh, that's great. In fact, in some ways that gives you more reason to leave your ship out and do other things. Okay, so this is only 43 seconds away. In some ways, the start is a lot more easy than it was under the next update. But in many ways, I think it makes sense given the introduction of VR. I suppose also having an upgrade which allows the ship to regenerate acts as a kind of get out of jail card for anyone who gets into trouble by running out of resources. All they've got to do is wait, and then the ship will recharge. Just curious again though, guys. Yeah, so that was, what's that? 33%. So I get, at the moment I'm getting 3 takeoffs per cycle. I'm assuming it's going to be in the, what we call it, if I can actually find it. There it is. And I'm just going to check this out. Wings anomaly, logs damaged, partial records available. The signal that led me to this wreck of a freighter, colossal fragments of metal scattered across the landscape, where the message is nothing but the misfiring circuits of a long forgotten ruin. Nestled among the debris, I find the pilot's log blinking, awaiting input. Okay. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers. They are followed by a short message. The anomaly comes to the stars, take flight. The schematic of the hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. Take the blueprint. Put the blueprint from the computer. This is the hyperdrive blueprint. It is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of this size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. So we need chromic metal and a microprocessor. Okay. It says purchase microprocessors. Can't we make them? Oh, you cheating game. We're going to have to make some cash to make. The only thing I want to check out is in here. Now this could be a little bit risky. Because it looks like they've changed the layout here. Oh no, damage. Okay, pod. Right, we're going to need pure ferrite to open that up. If I remember correctly, I did bring my, what we call it with me. Yeah. While that's going, we'll go and open up the other one. And this will be pure ferrite as well. Now the problem with these vaults is they will give potential radiation poisoning. We have to be a little bit careful with there. And there's kind of hoping. I was just suddenly thought maybe they've changed the freighters, but it doesn't look like they have. Okay, let me just. Something going on around me. Nope. Okay. the exosuit. And we'll just pick the structure back up again. And get ready to run away as soon as we do this. Oh, we got some nanites. Yeah, but we got away from that one quick enough. I was hoping for some microprocessors. Now this one should be the same. Another 30. And we got antimatter. Okay. Well, that could be useful. Right. Now this is a relatively comfortable planet to walk around on. My instinct is that maybe we could get out and do a bit of exploring and find some star bramble. What do I need to upgrade? I think we'll put the... Actually, we got the rocket launcher here as well. We're going to need some copper and some chromic metal. Okay, impulse beats. Right, there's a copper deposit that way. And I want to check my ship before we leave. Yep, the ship are quite happy. Not sure why that keeps flashing. Install hyperdrive. Yeah, I don't want to install the hyperdrive there. I want to install the hyperdrive there. It's just trying to be helpful at the moment. Right, we're going to have to go and get some more copper so that we can get the chromic material. Just make sure we've got the boltcaster fully loaded. Ah, don't do that to me. Well, we should get some more sausage, Strider sausages, if nothing else. And here comes the obligatory sentinel. Right. Just gonna pick up the ferrite dust. That's probably because I've got really I need to use those batteries up. I think we're going to put that, and ship's out of range. Ah, don't do this to me, game. I've got no space for copper. Okay guys, we're going to have to do this the quick way. I'm absolutely chock-a-block with stuff. Yeah, I didn't realise that. Jump in the ship. Right, we've got some sodium. Surplus sodium can go to the starship. And send the Strider stuff to the ship and the antimatter. And the dihydrogen jelly. That leaves the carbon, the fuel. A tiny bit of pure ferrite. A little bit of chromic metal. We've now got some space for. And what we're going to do is just fly to the copper deposit, I think. I mean, it's not going to take long to get there, but I think this might be a better strategy. Is to move the ship and then do whatever. And of course, we're being greeted by. Don't you guys... Wait! I had to say, don't you guys ever get the message? I sent out a memo about annoying me. Of course, what we'll do is we'll just try out that. Wow. I've got absolutely no idea whether this is actually going to take this copper out quicker. Looks like I'm taking half the planet with me as well. Wow. I'm really loving this terrain manipulator. Maybe that is a little bit too much. It just makes life so much easier. I'm just going to blast a little bit more out of the bottom. Wow. I'm going to pick this up. And what I'm going to do is deploy this into do flicker. And I'm going to put in copper, and we're a bit low on carbon, so what we're going to have to do is try and pick up some carbon for some trees over there. Oh yeah, I still need to get the advanced mining laser installed as well. What do we need for this? Oh, we need a wiring loom, don't we? Yeah, forgotten about that, guys. Can't pick up that, which is annoying. Let's grab some more carbon. I'm going to need it. Is that me, or is it my multi-tool's not? I seem to have lost the multi-tool. What's happened there? Why can't I see the multi-tool? Okay, looks like we've got another feature. It doesn't seem to be if I flip something into I'm not exactly too sure what's going on here, but I mean it's still working, so just keep grabbing as much of this carbon whilst we're around here, and we're getting a little bit of ferrite dust and salts. Right, let's just get into the ship and proper save like that. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it for this part. We've made a little bit of progress. I've still got this history of what's happened to my multi-tool. Now what I will say, guys, is what I'm going to be doing is just taking a short break and recording the next part. The reason for that is that there is a bank holiday weekend coming up here in the UK, and I promised my wife that we'd actually go out for the day over the weekend. So what I'm going to do is record this back to back, so that I've actually got some content to upload for you guys over the weekend. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.